Okay, I know when I come on here and do these videos, they end up being super, super long. So I'm gonna try to work on that. I'm gonna try to do them a little more often to like shorten them. But so here's the deal. I noticed last night on my poll that I've gotten 100% so far voting. Like, yes, you get stuck in the past and thinking about the past. And so I just want to come on here and like talk about it a little bit because I am so, so guilty of that. I've been really trying hard for the past like 2 years to stop doing that. So listen, I'm just gonna be straightforward with you. No BS. This is just how I think. If you're thinking about like someone who did you dirty, if they did you that dirty that it's still in your mind what happened and it's still bringing you down and making you have a bad day, that person either probably isn't in your life anymore or just shouldn't be. Like, give them the bootski, get them out of here. They're not worth it. Like, they don't deserve you or your time or any of that. If it's someone who's not in your life anymore, like, I know this is really easier said than done, but you just gotta like let go, accept it happened. It definitely shaped you in some way. It helped you see, that person's true colors and what to look for in other people to like kind of stay away from or whatever, and I know that's easier said than done, but those people just obviously, they're not worth your time. They're not. And when it's a significant other or, a really close friend or even a family member, I know that's so, so hard to let go of, but our mental health comes first. Like, I know like people think it's selfish to think of yourself first, but it's not. Like, when you get to a certain age, you have to just like realize not everyone is there to love and support you. People have other intentions, unfortunately, and if they're showing you that, then they don't belong in your life at all. They're just gonna bring you down, cause negative emotions, thoughts, actions, everything. You don't need that in your life. If it's an event or something, like if it's something you did, then that's something you really like, that's a little bit easier, I feel like, to let go of. That's something you definitely need to like just be like, done, it happened, like, so be it, basically. I mean, if it's something you did in the past, you can't change it. You cannot change the past. It's impossible. There's no time travel. You can't change it. But you can let it dictate what you do in the future. You can let it, when you come into these similar situations, then you can look back on what happened and be like, well, that was the outcome, so maybe I should do this instead. And you have no idea how much I've used that in my life. Like, but, and the other thing is, like, let what you learned in the past and did in the past, let that help someone new in your, like, let that help someone who's younger than you, less experienced than you, whatever, in your life. There's people who haven't experienced those things yet, and they're going to, and they will probably tell you that. And then you can, like, you can tell them your experience and let them, you can tell them what happened to you. You can give them advice. I know they're not always going to follow it, but more often than not, you're going to tell them, well, when I did this, this is what happened. And they can see that and be like, ooh, then I don't want to do that. And you're helping someone. I mean, like, I don't know. You can help people not go through the same things that you went through. So, I mean, my main points here: learn from the past, help others to learn from your own past, let go of those who aren't in your life anymore, or if they are and they did you that dirty, let them go. Like, they served their purpose and it was a negative one, and their time in your life should just, but, yeah, like I said, I know it's easier said than done. It's really hard to cut people out of your life who are very important to you, but just because they're important to you doesn't mean you're important to them. And I know that sounds harsh, but I told you from the beginning, I'm gonna be upfront with y'all. So just, you have to live and learn that, like, not everyone is here and put in your life for a good reason. And in a way, if they were put there for like a bad reason, it's still good because they're still teaching you a lesson in one way or another. Everyone who's put in your life at some point or another teaches you some sort of lesson, whether it be good, bad, or indifferent. So that's all I had to say, and yeah. And one more little thing I wanted to add as I was sitting here editing, I just thought about this. This may seem like it's easier said than done. It's not, though. I've given people this advice a lot, and it works for me, and it's worked for everyone who I know who's tried it. Like, when I find myself starting to think about the past and dwelling on these bad things that happened, I literally just am like, stop. Like, stop that. Like, I literally just tell my brain, I'm like, hey, like, stop it. Don't think about that. And I start to think about something positive, and it completely takes my mind off of it, and I stop. So I know that probably sounds like, when I heard somebody talking about doing that, I was like, yeah, easy for you to say. Like, I'm sure, you know, that works for you. That's not going to work for me. And then one time I was like, you know what? I do this so often. I'm willing to try anything at this point to stop. And I did. And I just told myself, stop. And I made myself think about something different. I started thinking about something good in my life. And it completely took all those negative thoughts right out my brain. So just wanted to add that in there.